what do you mean by the tabular form of representation of a set? Now, in tabular form, what happens here is that we actually enlist the elements of the set. We actually write the elements of the set. For example, see, I have given an example here. A is equal to 1, 3, 5, 9. Each and every element I am writing within the set. Okay, I'm writing 1 also, I'm writing 3 also, I'm writing 5 also, I'm writing 9 also. Now you will say, what is the other option? You have to write the elements of the set. No, when we'll do set builder form, we'll see that there is a way of writing a set instead of actually listing down the elements of the set. Okay, so what is it? We'll see. But know that tabular form is a form where you simply write each and every elements of the set. Okay, look at the next example I've given you. X is equal to ABC. This is in tabular form because each and every elements are given in the set A, B, and C. Each and every element are there in the set. So therefore, this is in tabular form. Okay. And what do we write here in this case? What are the elements of this set? A is an element of this set, so we write A belongs to X. B is an element of this set, we write B belongs to X. C is an element, so we write C belongs to X. But is F an element of this set? F is not an element of this set, so therefore we write F does not belong to X. Okay, so this is next is the set builder form. Okay, now what do you mean by set builder form? In a set builder form, you don't actually write the elements of the set. What you do is you define a certain variable in the set, and then that variable will take various values. For example, let us say the first example that I have taken, A is equal to, we write X such that this X, we write X, we are defining a variable, and this colon that we are giving, it means such that. Okay, this colon that we are giving, it means X such that. Sometimes this is also written as X and a vertical line is given. Okay, both mean the same thing, either X colon or X and a vertical line, both mean the same thing. Okay, and it is this symbol is read as such that. So we read this symbol as such that. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are defining a variable X here, okay, within the set, and we are writing X is such that X is an odd number less than 10. Or you can write X and a vertical line. X is an odd number less than 10. So what do I mean by this set? This set is set to be in your set builder form. Okay, this is set to be in your set builder form. Now, how to convert this set builder form to tabular form? See, if I want to write this set builder form, X is an odd number less than 10, then how will I write in tabular form? If all the elements of this set is an odd number that is less than 10, it means 1. Okay, what 1 is an element of this set, 3 is an element of this set, 5 is an element of this set, 7 is an element of this set, and 9 is an element of this set. So therefore, when this set written in tabular form, this is what it looks like. Okay, these two sets are the same, except that this is written in tabular form, and this has been written in set builder form. Is the concept of set builder form and tabular form clear? Look at the next.
No, sir.
Look at the next example then. We define a set X where X is an element such that X is any of the first three letters of the English alphabet. Okay. Now this is given in your set builder form. Why is it in set builder form? It is given in set builder form because see I have defined a variable here X. And what is that X? What is the definition of that X? I have defined X in this. That X is any of the first three letters of the English alphabet. Therefore, if the same set is written in tabular form, then how will I write? What is the definition? X is the any of the first three letters of the English alphabet. Therefore, X must be equal to ABC, right? Or you can also write this as no. This is X is equal to ABC because normally we denote the members of the set by small letters. Now, is this clear? This is in roster form. No, sorry. This is in set builder form. This is in set builder form. And this is in your tabular form or roster form. They are both the same sets, but they have been expressed differently. Okay. So when we'll do this example, maybe this it will be further clear. Look at this. Write the following sets in tabular form. Okay, number one. See, this set is given in roster form, set builder form. X such that X is a factor of 36. So X is in this set A, and what is the definition of X? The definition of X is that X is a factor of 36. So if I want to write this in tabular form, same set, then how will I write? X is a factor of 36. What are the factors of 36? 1 is a factor, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, 4, 6 is a factor, 9 is a factor, 12 is a factor, okay, 18 is a factor, and finally 36 is a factor. So same set written in two different ways. This way is your set builder form, which was given in the question, and this is your answer. You have expressed the set in tabular form. Now is it clear a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
The
sir.
same set expressed in two different ways. Let us see the next one. The next one is again given in your set builder form. X is an element of this set, and what is the definition of X? X is a letter of the word Kalka. What are the letters in this word? What are the letters in this word? K. But before that, B has an element X, and what is the definition of X? That X can be any of the letters of this word. B contains X, where the definition of X is that B can be any of the letters of this word. Therefore, what are the letters in this word? K is a letter, A is a letter, L is a letter, again K is a letter, and A is a letter. Okay. So this is in this question was given in your set builder form. You have written this in tabular form. Okay, let us see the next one. Number 3. C is a set given in set builder form X such that X belongs to W. What is W? Have I done infinite sets with you? Okay, I haven't done. Then I will skip this example for the time being. Okay, I will do finite and infinite sets first, then I will come back to this example. Okay, you can hear me? Can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now can you see the screen
Yes,
also?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we first
Yes, sir.
define finite sets and infinite sets. Now what do you mean by finite set? A finite set is a set in which you can actually count the number of elements. Okay, you can actually count the number of elements.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I cannot see your screen.
Log out, log in once again. Okay, finite sets.
Sir, I will leave the class again. I will
Yes,
join.
yes, yes. Finite sets. Finite set, what are finite sets?
Okay, sir.
Suppose A is this set. If you see in this set, or you can count the number of elements. How many elements are there? 5 elements are there. So you can count the number of elements. Therefore, such a set is called a finite set. On the other hand, what do you mean by an infinite set? When you cannot count the number of elements. For example, let us say we have a set, this, the set of natural numbers. Can you count the number of elements in this set? Because you can think of a natural number, I can think of a bigger natural number. You can actually, you won't be able to count the number of elements, because any natural number you can think of, there'll be a bigger natural number than that. Okay, so such a set is called an infinite set, where you actually cannot count the number of elements. How many elements are there, you cannot see. So such sets are called infinite set. For example, here, now this is a very important set also, 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. This set is an infinite set and is called the set of natural numbers, and it is written in this manner. Okay, and n and a double line there. So this symbol means that n is a standard set. Is a standard set. So whenever I write n in this manner, you will understand that I'm talking about the set of natural numbers. Okay. Let us say another one. Um, this set. This set is also an infinite set, because you cannot actually count the number of elements in this set. Okay. And if you see, it starts from 0. So therefore, this standard set is referred as, written as W. W means the set of whole numbers. This is the set of natural numbers. N is for the set of natural numbers. W is for the set of whole numbers. So whenever I write W, you will understand that I'm referring to the set of whole numbers. Okay. Next standard set is a set like this. From minus infinity, okay, all the negative integers, then I come to -3, -2, -1, 0, and then the positive integers. This set. What is this set called? This set is called the set of integers and is denoted by Z. Sometimes it is also denoted by I. Okay, but the standard notation is Z. So remember, whenever I'm talking about, whenever I write Z in this manner, it will mean that Z is a standard set and that it is an integer. So Z is a standard set. Okay. Similarly, if I have a set like this, then this set is the set of natural numbers. Definitely, you have seen here. This is an infinite set. All these are infinite sets. Okay, N, Z, W, all these are infinite sets. So you know that this is an infinite set, which is a set of natural numbers. And what you can also write is that this is also the set of positive integers. We write it in this manner. Z and we give a plus as the superscript. Okay. So either natural numbers or the set of positive integers. It's the same thing. Next, what about this set? This is the set of negative integers. So we write this as Z and then a negative sign above. Okay, both these sets are standard sets. A set of positive integers and a set of negative integers are standard sets. Okay, all these are infinite sets. Z plus or a set of natural numbers, Z minus or the set of negative integers. Okay, the set of natural numbers, this one, the set of whole numbers, this one, all these are infinite sets. The set of integers, all these are infinite sets. And remember, these are standard sets also. Okay. So coming back to our set builder form, look at number 3 now. Look at number 3. Here the set C is given in set builder form, X and such that. What is the definition of X? How they have defined X? X is an element of C, but what is X? X is a whole number. We write X belongs to W. Okay, so X is an element of this set C, where X is a whole number and also, comma, X is less than 6. That means X is a whole number. Remember this definition, X belongs to W means X is a whole number. Also, X is less than 6. There are two definitions of X. That X is a whole number, X belongs to the set W, and that X is less than 6. So if I want to write this in your tabular form, how will I write? What numbers are whole numbers and less than 6? 0 is a whole number and less than 6. 1 is a whole number also less than 6. 2 is a whole number less than 6. 3 is a whole number less than 6. 4 is a whole number less than 6. And 5 is a whole number less than 6. So this is the tabular form, and this C has been written in your set builder form. They are the same sets, C and C, they are the same sets, except that they have been expressed in two different manners. Now, the question here is that um, you will ask, why, if I can write a set in tabular form, then why should I write in set builder form? See, the set builder form is actually very useful when we are dealing with infinite sets. Okay, when we are dealing with very big sets, even if they are finite set, if we are dealing with big set, suppose if a set has 200 elements, then are you actually going to write those 200 elements? No, you will not write those two. You will not waste your time writing those 200 elements. What you will do is you will express that set in set builder form. Okay, for example, let us say that if I define a set in this manner, let's say I define a set P as X such that X belongs to W and X is P X such that X belongs to W and X is less than or equal to 200. Then how will you write this set in tabular form? Are you actually, what is the definition of X here? Let's see first. X is an element of P, and what is the definition? X is a whole number, and X is a whole number that is less than or equal to 200. Okay, so how will you how will you write this in tabular form? Yeah, are you actually going to write 1, 2, 3, 4 and continue till 200? Okay, are you actually going to write this till 200? No. So in this case, you see that the set builder form is very useful in writing sets, unlike tabular form where you cannot waste time writing such huge sets. Okay, let us look at the next question, number D, number 4. The set D here is expressed in set builder form, which you have to convert to your tabular form. X such that, what is the definition of X? 1 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 4, and X belongs to N. What is N? N is an infinite set, which is the set of natural numbers. And what does this symbol mean? X belongs to N. It means that X is a natural number. Okay. So D is a set where D, X is an element of D, and X is a natural number such that 1 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 4. So clearly one thing is clear, that X is a natural number. Okay. The elements of D are natural numbers. But what is the next restriction? This one. And what does this restriction mean? This restriction actually means that whenever, remember, from now on, try to memorize this, that whenever I write 1 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 5, it means X lies between 1 and 5. That means what are the values of X? Okay. If I write 2 less than X less than or equal to 6, what does this mean? That X is greater than 2 and X is less than or equal to 6. So what can be the values of X? X can be equal to 3, or X can be equal to 4 or 5 or 6. So remember, when I write this notation, it actually means this. If I write this notation, 1 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 5, it actually means that X is greater than or equal to 1 and X is less than or equal to 5. So what are the values of X? X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to remember this notation. We'll be using this notation later on also. Okay. And say if I write 10 less than X less than 15. Okay. Then what does this mean? This means that X is greater than 10 and X is less than 15. So what can be the possible values of X? 10, 11, not 10, 11, because you don't have equality here. So it cannot be equal to 10. It has to be equal to 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, because if you see, there is no equality here in both of them. X cannot be equal to 10. X cannot be equal to 15, but it can take any value between 10 and 15. Okay. So coming back here, if you see, X is an element of D and X is a natural number. Okay, X is a natural number. And what kind of a natural number? That X is X such that, what kind of a natural number is X? X is greater than or equal to 1 and X is less than or equal to 4. Okay, this set can be written in this manner also. So therefore, what is the tabular form? What numbers are greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 4? 1 is equal to 1. 2 is greater than or equal to 2 is greater than or equal to 1 and also less than 4. 3 is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 4. And 4 is greater than or equal to 1 and less than 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is the tabular representation of D. So both these sets are the same, except that this is your set builder form and this is your tabular form. Okay. Next definition that I want to discuss with you is that of equal sets. What do you mean by equal sets? Consider these two sets. You know what are equal numbers? Similarly, we have equal sets. Okay. So what are equal sets? Suppose you have two sets that I have given here, 2, 4, 5, 9. And you have another set, 2, 9, 5, 4, 9, 2. What you see in these two sets? Can you say that these two sets are equal? What you see here is that all the elements of A are in B. If you see, 2 is an element of A and is also in B. 4 is an element of A, it is also in B. 5 is an element of A, it is also in B. 9 is an element of A and it is also in B. Also, what you see is that all the elements of B are also in A, because if you see, 2 is an element of B and 2 is also an element of A. 9 is an element of B and it is also an element of A. 5 is an element of B and also it is an element of A. 4 is an element of B and also it is an element of A. 9 again is 9 is given twice, but still 9 is an element of B and it is also an element of A. Similarly, 2 again a repetition in B, but 2 is an element of B, it is also an element of A. Okay. So although the number of elements are different, in now number of elements in A are how many? 4. And the number of elements in B are how many? They are 6. Still, we write A is equal to B. Is this definition clear of equality?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So even if the two sets have different elements, they can be equal. Okay, as long as the elements of A are in B and all the elements of B are in A, then we can say that the sets are equal. Okay, and today I'll just do the last definition for today, which is empty or null set. Now a set can be empty also. A set can have no elements inside it. Such a set is called an empty set. Okay, for example, A is equal to, suppose I define it in set builder form. X is an element of X such that X is a negative integer, X is positive, or let's say X is positive number and X is negative number. Is it possible that X can be positive and negative at the same time and X not equal to 0? So what is X? There are three ways in which they have defined X. That X is a positive number, okay? X is a negative number, okay? It is positive and negative at the same time, and X is not equal to 0. So three definitions of X they have given inside the set. So is it possible that a number can be positive and negative and also not equal to 0? Any number has to be positive, either positive or negative or 0. So therefore, there is no number which is neither, which is positive and negative and not 0 at the same time, right? Can you think of any number that is positive and negative and not 0 at the same time? Can you think of any number? Yes, can anyone think of any number?
No, sir.
Sir, can you repeat the question, sir?
Sir,
Is there any number that is positive and also negative and also not equal to 0?
sir, can it be 1?
1 is positive plus 1. Any other? There are no numbers that can be positive and negative at the same time. Even if you're talking about -2 is negative. You talk about -100, -100 is negative. If you're talking about 98, 98 is plus 98, positive. Okay, no number can be positive or negative or non-zero at the same time. So therefore, in this case, we say that X is an empty set. It is denoted by this symbol. or sometimes we write this symbol also. Okay. So that is the definition of empty set. So I stop here for today.